Have you ever walked past a homeless person and wondered about their story? What if that person was secretly a billionaire? It sounds like something out of a movie, but for one man, this was his reality. This is the story of Nicolas Berggruen, a man with a net worth of over $2 billion, who chose to live as a homeless nomad for over a decade. Born in Paris to a wealthy art collector, Nicolas had every advantage in life. He was educated in the finest schools in Switzerland and New York. After graduating, he started his own investment firm with just $250,000 of his own money. Through smart, often risky investments, he built a massive fortune. By the time he was in his late 30s, he had everything anyone could dream of: a lavish penthouse on Fifth Avenue, a private island in Florida, and a fleet of luxury cars. But something was missing. Nicolas felt trapped by his possessions. He realized that the more he owned, the more his things owned him. He felt an emotional attachment to his art collection and his grand properties, and it bothered him. He believed that possessions were a burden, an anchor that kept him from being truly free. So, in the year 2000, at the peak of his success, he made a radical decision. He sold everything. His penthouse, his island, his art, all of it. He packed a small bag with a few changes of clothes and his phone and embarked on a new life, a life without a home. For the next 10 years, Nicolas lived out of 5-star hotels around the globe. He never stayed in one place for more than a few days. He would conduct billion-dollar deals from hotel lobbies, airports, and cafes. His office was wherever his private jet landed. He wasn't sleeping on park benches, but he was technically homeless. He had no address, no keys, and no possessions beyond what he could carry. He called it a liberating experience. It allowed him to focus on what truly mattered to him: his work, his ideas, and his connections with people. This unique lifestyle gave him a different perspective on wealth and society. He saw firsthand the growing gap between the rich and the poor, and he became deeply concerned about the future of Western democracies. He felt that governments were too focused on short-term gains and political squabbles, ignoring the long-term challenges facing humanity. He decided to use his wealth and influence to make a difference. In 2010, he founded the Berggruen Institute, a think tank dedicated to developing and promoting new ideas for governance. He gathered some of the world's brightest minds, Nobel laureates, former prime ministers, tech pioneers, and philosophers to tackle big questions. How can we reform democracy? How can we balance the interests of the East and the West? How can we ensure that artificial intelligence benefits all of humanity? Nicolas pledged over half his fortune to the cause, becoming a signatory of the Giving Pledge, a campaign by Bill Gates and Warren Buffett to encourage the world's wealthiest to give back. He wasn't just throwing money at problems. He was actively involved, traveling the world to host conferences and foster dialogue. He believed that good ideas could change the world, and he was determined to find them. But after more than a decade of living as a nomad, another change was on the horizon. The man who had given up everything to be free found a new reason to put down roots: fatherhood. At the age of 54, Nicolas welcomed 2 children via surrogate. The perpetual traveler realized that his kids needed a home, a place to grow up with stability and love. So, the homeless billionaire finally bought a house again. He purchased several properties in Los Angeles, not just for his family, but also as a permanent campus for his institute. Nicolas Berggrun's story is a powerful reminder that wealth isn't just about what you have, but what you do with it. He rejected the traditional billionaire lifestyle of yachts and mansions in favor of a life of purpose and intellectual curiosity. He traded possessions for freedom, and then traded that freedom for the responsibilities of family and a global mission. His journey from a Fifth Avenue penthouse to a nomadic life in luxury hotels, and finally to a home filled with family, shows us that the definition of a rich life is different for everyone. It challenges us to think about our own relationship with possessions and what it truly means to be free. What do you think about his choice? Would you ever give up your home for a life of constant travel? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more incredible true stories. We'll see you in the next one.